All right, today we're diving right in to bust one of the biggest, most persistent myths in all of crypto, the idea that you need a ton of money, like a small fortune, just to get your foot in the door of DeFi. Yeah, we're gonna blow that idea right out of the water.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever scroll past the price of Bitcoin and just think, wow, okay, guess I'm priced out of that universe? It's a really common feeling, right? That you need thousands of dollars just to play the game. But what if I told you that's completely, totally wrong?
Well, spoiler alert, it is. The reality is you can absolutely get into DeFi with so much less than a whole coin. We're talking $100, $50, honestly, even less than that. So how on earth is that even possible? Let's get into it.
You know, it all really boils down to the way DeFi was designed from the very beginning. It's in its DNA. See, unlike the traditional financial world, this whole system was built from the ground up to be open for everyone, no matter how much or how little cash you're starting with.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. Think about your bank. They're the gatekeepers, right? They hit you with high minimum balances. They charge you fees just for having an account. DeFi just rips all of that up. It's permissionless, which is a fancy way of saying nobody needs to give you permission to join. All you need is an internet connection, there are no minimums, and you don't open an account, you just connect your own wallet. Boom, you're in. And this whole revolution is powered by two key pieces of tech that make it totally practical for small balances.
First up, Layer 2 networks. The easiest way to think about these is like they're express lanes on the crypto highway. Instead of getting stuck in that main lane traffic jam on Ethereum and paying insane tolls, you just zip right by on a Layer 2 like Base or Polygon. And your toll, your transaction fee, we're talking less than 50 cents. That changes everything.
And the second game changer is liquid staking tokens. Okay, so in the old days, when you'd stake your crypto to earn rewards, it was basically locked in a vault, unusable. Now, when you stake, you get this kind of digital IOU back, a token, like Steth. This token is your staked crypto. It's earning you rewards in the background, but you can also take that token and use it in other apps. Your money is never just sitting there, it's always working for you.
All right, so with those two big ideas in our back pocket, super cheap transactions and money that's never idle, let's look at the first thing you can actually do. And this is probably the most popular starting point for a reason, earning passive income just by staking.
So if you've got some Ethereum, and I mean any amount of Ethereum, even a tiny bit, the place pretty much everyone starts is Lido Finance. These guys are the big dogs in the space, they're battle-tested, they've been around, and they're the #1 player for a very good reason. So let's break down why it's so great. First off, the minimum to get started, it's zero, nothing. You can stake $5 if you want. You immediately get back that liquid token, Steth, and it starts earning a yield, usually somewhere between 2.3 and 3.9%. And the best part is, it's all on autopilot. It just auto-compounds. But here's the absolute most important part. It's non-custodial. That means you, and only you, are in control of your funds. Lido never actually holds your crypto.
Okay, that's cool for Ethereum, but what about the big one? What about Bitcoin? For years, to stake Bitcoin, you had to do all these complicated, risky things like wrapping it, but that's all changing now, thanks to a huge breakthrough called Babylon Protocol.
Now get this, with Babylon, your Bitcoin never, ever leaves the Bitcoin blockchain. It stays right where it belongs, in your own wallet, under your control. It's that classic crypto mantra, your keys, your coins. You're basically putting your Bitcoin to work securing other networks and earning a yield for it, without all that risky stuff. This is a huge deal. It's like waking up a sleeping giant and letting all that Bitcoin capital finally get to work safely.
All right, so earning passive income is an awesome first step, but maybe you're feeling a little more adventurous, right? What if you want to make some more active plays? Well, DeFi's got you covered there too, with something called prediction markets. And the king of the hill here is a platform called Polymarket. You can literally bet on the outcome of almost anything you could imagine. Elections, sports, crypto prices, what's going to happen in the news, you name it. Use a stablecoin, USDC, and because it runs on those cheap Layer 2 networks, it costs next to nothing to actually make a bet.
And I am not kidding when I say minimal. We're talking about being able to get in on the action for as little as a single dollar, $1. This isn't about being some high roller in Vegas. This is about using a small amount to make an informed guess on an outcome you believe in. The barrier to entry is basically on the floor.
Okay, so we've established the tech is there, the platforms are ready, it's accessible, it's cheap, but how do you actually do it? Let's walk through a super clear 5-step plan to get your first $100 into DeFi.
Honestly, it's way simpler than you probably think. 1. Get a wallet like MetaMask, and please write down your secret phrase and hide it somewhere offline. 2. Buy a little crypto on an exchange like Coinbase. 3. And this is the big money-saving tip. Withdraw that crypto directly to a Layer 2 network like Base. This lets you skip those painful Ethereum fees. 4. Once your funds are there, just go to Rito or Polymarket and connect your wallet. And 5. Use a tracker like Zapper so you can see all your stuff in one place. That's it. The whole thing can take less than 30 minutes.
Now hold on, before you run off and do all that, we have to have a serious talk about the risks. This world is incredibly empowering, but that power comes with very real responsibilities, and knowing the dangers is completely non-negotiable.
First up, smart contract risk. Everything in DeFi runs on code, and code can have bugs. Now, on the huge, audited platforms, hacks are rare, but the risk is never, ever zero. So, lesson 1, stick to the big, well-known, established protocols.
Second, volatility risk. Come on, it's crypto. Earning a 3% yield on your ETH is great, but it's not going to save you if the price of ETH itself drops 20%. The dollar value of your crypto is going to go up and down. That's just part of the game.
And this right here, this is the most crucial one. In DeFi, you are your own bank. It's called self-custody. It's empowering, but it means that if you lose your keys, if you lose that secret phrase, your money is gone forever. There is no customer support line. There is no password reset. The responsibility is 100% on you.
And because you're the bank, you also have to be the head of security. Scammers are absolutely everywhere, so you have to double, even triple check every website address. And I'll say it again, never, ever, ever give your seed phrase to anyone or type it into any website. If an offer looks too good to be true, it is, period.
And this quote just sums it all up so perfectly. DeFi opens the world of finance up to everybody, no matter how much money you have. It gives you access to things that used to be just for the super rich. It's incredibly empowering. But it is also unforgiving. It doesn't have a safety net.
So that big myth that you need a fortune to get started in DeFi, consider it busted. The door isn't just unlocked, it's wide open. The tools are cheaper and easier to use than ever before. So the only real question left is, now that you know you can walk through that door, what's the first thing you're going to explore?